Good morning. This is Mr. Masters. We are going to be creating a fun party vase for either a candle holder, or you could, if you want to seal the outside of this, and we'll talk about that at the end, you could turn this into a vase for flowers as well. So in your package, you've got a bottle of Elmer's glue, you've got a bubble bowl, a stack of tissue paper, the brush, and your candle. We want to make sure, if you haven't already done it, take just a few minutes to go wash with soap and water, clean your vase off really good, because you want to make sure that all the oils that come on glass in our boxes is washed away so that everything sticks to it really good. If you've already done that, we're ready to go, and we will get started. So if you need to do that, go ahead. You've got plenty of time. You can catch back up. I'm going to use my Ziploc that everything came in. We're going to put us a little puddle of glue out so we can work with it. You can keep adding that as you need to. Take you a good fair amount of glue and just brush a portion of your vase on the outside. You want to get a good bit of glue on there, so make sure everything has a good place to stick. And then starting with one square of tissue paper at a time, start tapping it down. Now, you want to make sure that you vary these colors. So kind of move one set of colors off before you go to your next one. Overlap your next one. Go to your next set of colors, because you want this to kind of blend through and be just a really fun set of colors when you get through. After you get some on, go back and just pat them down over the top with another layer of glue, just to make sure everything sticks real well. And it also gets you ready then to go back and add your next set of colors. And so you're going to keep doing that all the way through, mixing your colors up as you go. They do like to stick together, so add the colors on, keep covering. Make sure that every part of your glass is completely covered. You don't want them all on the square either, so make sure you're turning some. If you'll notice right here, turn some on the diagonal. If there's a little bit left at the top, you can put a little bit of glue on it and just fold that over onto the inside of the vase. We'll show that over here in this camera. Fold that onto the inside of the vase so that it just kind of disappears as well. And then again, just continuing on. You may want to take a little time to separate all your colors out early as you're working through this, but it's okay, because you're going to have plenty in there to work with. Pick you up some glue. Once you get to the bottom, the same thing. Anywhere that it sticks out to that little point, just fold it over the bottom edge. If you want to, you can, because there's some small areas at the bottom. Tear you a piece in half so that you don't use a whole piece there, and just stick that down so that you don't need to cover the bottom. It's not going to ever show, but you want to make sure that all your glass is covered. Work our way around. These are really neat if you've got a set of party colors. You can buy tissue paper in just those colors, tear those little squares up, and cover in the colors of your party. For example, if you have orange, hot pink, and green, just use those three colors to cover your vases. And it's a really neat way to pull that color into your party, making candle holders for that. And so we use these an awful lot in flower work, both for vases and for candle holders. And so we want to make them match our parties, and so we work with it that way. There's a really light aqua colored one right here that's not showing up a lot. It just went to clear on the vase. So you may need to use two colors or two pieces of those if you want that color. stack them on top of each other just to give it a good tone so that you can actually see that that color is there. Grab it orange now. That's a little trick too for you if you want to do it. If you lick your finger and stick it to the tissue paper, it'll pick it up really quickly for you just in a single sheet. And I'm going to do probably what I should have done in the beginning and divide these off real quick so we have all the colors separated. There is black in here. You can certainly use black. It will still allow the candle to show through. I'm going to put the black to the side because I don't want black on mine. But you can certainly use all the colors that you want to. This is kind of a for any parents that might be watching right now, this is kind of an old school thing. We've done this since I was a kid back in the 70s. It's a long time ago, by the way. And it's kind of neat that it's made a comeback where we're using it again in party work. Because we get to pull in all these really great colors that we can't always get otherwise. So see right here, I don't know if you can see it really well or not, but that's where that little aqua color went in. And the color's kind of gone, so I'm going to put another one right back on top of it and seal it down so that we get that color there and it doesn't just doesn't disappear and become transparent. Add some more glue. Let's go with the light pink, the dark blue. You don't have to try to work as fast as I am. I'm just working this quickly so that you can see the finished product in the end. Again, had a little piece sticking up right here. Put a little glue on it, fold it in, make sure that it sticks down good on the inside. Okay, flip that around. So that little point, we had a point that stuck up like this. So we just folded it right down on the inside. It really is not going to show up much, but it will get rid of all those points for you so that you're not worried about those sticking up. We have a couple more of those right here. So let's show that again. So there it is with the point sticking up. Tap glue on it to make sure that it's in place good here. Glue here, and then fold it down to the inside, and those points will disappear for you. And that's all it is you're working back and forth in layers with glue and tissue and glue and tissue. Till we get the whole thing covered. There's another fun project that is very similar to this, that if you get into this and really enjoy doing it, we are going to be bringing that one back again because I like it probably better than this one, though I like the colors of this one. Masking tape, if you'll take the yellow tape and tear it off in little squares. And don't worry about the straight edges. Actually tear it, don't cut it. And just overlap them and completely cover a vase or even a glass with masking tape, and then take brown shoe polish and rub over the top of that. It starts to look like a piece of wood. It gives you kind of that effect of some wood grain. It turns out, again, to give you a really fun look for a vase. And so that one is going to be a project that I will be working on again to perfect, and to give you a chance to play this summer a little bit with something else. Because you can take something, a very inexpensive piece of glass, and turn it into something kind of fun to use. And so the hardest part in here is not getting glue all over your fingers so that everything doesn't stick to you instead of the vase. But it's all right. The good thing is it's Elmer's. It will wash, so it will come right back off of you. You don't have to worry about that part. Everywhere you overlap colors, it gives you an additional color. Because anytime those colors overlap, one will show through the other one. So it gives you another set of colors that you wouldn't traditionally have had, because the tissue doesn't have those colors. But so this idea came, again, I have a friend in Wisconsin. His name is John Hosick. And he does this all the time for his parties. And he actually gave me this idea again about 3 years ago. And so we've been using it here in Texas again quite a bit. And we even teach it in the high school class so that the kids will learn it here and have an opportunity to do this same kind of concept. And it works great anytime you're doing a quinceañera or any type of party work. It's awful fun to have matching candle holders that you've been able to create yourself. And so, okay, you can see we're getting close. Sometimes you want to move right into the middle and work your way out from there, especially if you pick up a color that you didn't necessarily want in that spot. Go ahead and stick it down, it's okay. And then work around it to bring all the colors back together. So like I did just right there, we took that pink and stuck it right in the center. And then I'm going to bring the other colors out to it. And all the mixed colors like this are fun because it looks like confetti. So you're getting all those really bright colors. This would be great for a birthday party. Again, if you want to limit your colors, you can do this for weddings, for quinceañeras, or anything like that. It also helps you to kind of change that around a little bit too. So, these last few on. Which one's going to try to stick to me? That means I don't have enough glue there. This actually has a name too. Let's mention that. This is called decoupage. There's a glue that's made for this purpose that's called Mod Podge. If you purchased it, you could use it as well. It works as a sealer and your glue. For this purpose, we didn't need the sealer. If you want to put flowers in it and you use Elmer's, you will need to go back in with a sealing spray. So you could use a clear glaze spray that you could buy at Walmart or Lowe's, Home Depot, any place like that. Once this is completely dry, seal that outside of it. That keeps the glue from ever getting wet again, because once Elmer's gets wet again, it will reenact and it becomes sticky again. So you don't want to do that. Put water in it and make it become sticky again. So just spray that outside if you're going to put flowers in it, and seal it, let that dry real good, and then you'll be ready to go to put flowers in. See, one more spot right there that has the glass showing. So I'm just going to take that little piece of red that I had. If you see spots, remember, just tear you off a little bit. And wherever they are, just stick it back down and cover that up. And your last step is look around it as you're gluing, and make sure that everything is stuck really good. Don't worry about trying to flatten it all out. The wrinkles are actually kind of fun because it catches the light a little differently. So it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. But once you get everything glued in place, you'll have a little confetti vase that looks like this. Now, here again, notice right here, if you can see it, the color is a very, very pale pink. I want it to be a little darker, so I'm going to take another sheet of the same color and I'm going to overlap it because I want to get more of that pink showing. So I want to stick that one down. And that gets rid of some of that transparency but gives it the color again. I actually like that a lot better. But that's basically it. Once that dries real good, you have the candle. You can light your candle. Here's a little tip on candles. When you get a candle, a lot of the times they'll have a wick that could be even this long. Trim that wick down to about 1/4 of an inch. You want it pretty short. Not all the way against the wax, but about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch long before you light it. That allows the candle to burn more evenly, and it will last longer for you if you'll do that. That's all your candles, regardless if it's a scented, if it's unscented, votive, jar candles, it doesn't matter. Trim that back. Put that right in the center bottom and light it, and from the inside the glow will come out. If the lights are out in the room, you get to see all these really pretty colors. You do those all over your tables, and it's really just a fun finish for your vase, and you've got a great project in the end. So this has been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you'll take the time to finish out what you're doing. I want to tell our 2 camera guys thank you. They're doing a great job, and you guys have a good time. Thank you for coming to camp with us, and we'll see you all again soon, okay? Bye-bye.